Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just recently came out, and I was struck with this sense of nostalgia as I played. The combat felt familiar. Cloud moved in similar ways, his combo was the exact same as his attacks in Remake, but something was different. It was more fluid, and not just that, there was an upgrade to the combat system as a whole, which reminded me of another series. That's right, you've seen the title and thumbnail, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, you know the one. Combo modifiers, drive forms, a whole growth system that fundamentally changed how you moved and interacted throughout the worlds. Kingdom Hearts 2 took pieces of the original and built off of it, creating an experience that many still hold near and dear to their hearts. It's a pillar that many people point to as a formula for what makes a game look and feel fun to play. And it's not like Kingdom Hearts 1 is a bad game by any means. The exploration, the story, the combat was all top tier when it released. Players had never experienced anything like it, a solid action RPG marrying Final Fantasy and Disney with real-time action mechanics meeting RPG mechanics. It was unheard of, and many people look back fondly on their first experiences with the game. But I think it is safe to say that when Kingdom Hearts 2 was released, it fundamentally changed the view of the first game's combat because of how much it innovated on the original formula. Kingdom Hearts 1 had a basic combo that could be customized by adding on combo pluses, as well as giving you the option to change up your combo finishers. You could use your MP for strong limit attacks, and your combos would build back up that MP, so you could continue to chain limits together. It was a basic gameplay flow. Hit the boss, build MP, and then use that on spells, summons, or abilities. The magic was in finding weaknesses and strategies for each adversary that you came across. This was then elevated in Kingdom Hearts 2 with the inclusion of drive forms. Drive forms were connected to your drive gauge, a meter that would fill from combos while you were in combat. After you hit 3 or more gauges, you could go into a number of drive forms, each with a focus on different playstyles, but all would exponentially increase your damage output. This fundamentally shifted the gameplay loop. Now that wasn't just a combo to build up to a strong attack, but you would build up to a new form that would change the flow of combat. It was familiar, but innovative. It made going back to the original combat of Kingdom Hearts 1 feel sluggish when before it hadn't felt that way. It's not that KH2 made the original's combat bad, but it was the fact that it had evolved the combat up to a higher plane that made it feel odd going back. In my opinion, this is how it feels for the Remake trilogy. In Remake, you attack, build up a special gauge called ATB, and use that to unleash strong abilities, similar to a limit, as well as use spells or items. The gameplay loop is to attack and unleash strong attacks, alongside your normal combo. It rewards you for playing off the enemy's weaknesses and building strategies with your attack and abilities. And this gameplay loop was phenomenal. I cannot stress that enough. It is a refined, really well made system. Rebirth though innovated it in such an incredible way with the synergy system. This was originally tested with the Yuffie DLC, which synergized Yuffie with Sanan, changing up the combo that she did, and changing a number of abilities she could use. It kept the gameplay loop though focusing on combos to build up the strong team attacks. But then that changed with Rebirth. Now it actively encouraged not just using your playable character's ATB, but switching between characters and building everyone's synergy bars. These new symbols on your HUD that would fill after using a bar of ATB from your combos. These deal exponential damage, and just by the nature of the system, change the flow of combat, due to juggling between characters more often, or at the very least being more mindful of utilizing your party members. These synergy abilities would also grant buffs that change the flow of combat, increasing your limit break levels to unleash even more powerful attacks, granting unlimited MP, letting you throw out hard-hitting spells in quick succession, or extending how long an enemy is staggered. Not only did you have these synergy abilities though, you also had specific synergy skills that you could pull out depending on the makeup of your party. This gives me a great chance to shift back to Kingdom Hearts for a second. Kingdom Hearts 2 also added on combo modifiers to your arsenal, shifting up your general combat by giving you launchers and additional combo trees, further pushing the way you could customize your combat. Options are always a great thing to have in an action RPG, and Rebirth nailed this. Alongside synergy abilities, these synergy skills give you some really good customizable options based on your party makeup. Everything from launchers to long range attacks to even guarding abilities. It's really cool how, depending on your party makeup, this could fundamentally change how you come at an enemy. Alongside this, I also like how the abilities for some of your party members changed, such as a new ability Aerith receives called Radiant Ward that just gives her a completely different combo. Cloud probably has the most changes to him though. He can now shift into an air combo, has some ranged attacks, and they even changed up how his Punisher mode works. These changes made the combat feel so much more fluid, especially when fighting airborne enemies. You can easily shift into an air combo and follow up with abilities that also change while airborne. I think I've gotten my point across, but the fact that the combat was built upon the last and innovated to this degree is incredible. I think both Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth do this really amazing job of evolving from their predecessors, and I really think that only happens when you have stable teams that work together. Rebirth shows how important it is to have a consistent, passionate game dev team that works from release to release. Anyways, I could probably ramble on for hours about this. I love the combat system for Rebirth. It feels so much fun. I'm only scratching the surface as I start the game, but it is just, it's incredible. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you think about Rebirth and Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that are very similar or that they build off of. What I will say is please refrain from spoilers in the comments, of course, as Rebirth just came out. If you're interested, I am streaming my experience most evenings right now on Twitch and YouTube, so definitely join my Discord server. There's a link down in the description below. Subscribe or share this, and I will see you in the next video.